Hi there, I just wanted to make a video on how to make an alignment map. And what I thought I would do, and oh, first of all, I'm using Snagit. So what you can see is um, you can see a video of me, and then I can switch to my screen pretty easily. So what I've got here is the beginning of an alignment map. An alignment map is the design of your entire course. So what we've got here, and I'll go over this in just a bit, I've got the course learning outcomes. So every single one of your courses has a list of these. Um, these were created when we transformed our major. So if you need help finding those, just let me know. Um, I've got 11 here. So for example, the first one is, navigate our Blackboard course. These are things that I want the students to be able to do when they finish the course. So assemble, organize, and interpret historical evidence, and so on. You can look all the way down to the end. So these are the course learning outcomes, what they need to do, what they should be able to do at the end of the course. Now down below, part of the alignment map is to map out what you're going to do each week or each module or every other week, whatever it is, how you design your course. And the weekly learning outcomes are what you want them to be able to do at the end of the week. So for example, for week 1, I want them to be able to navigate our Blackboard course. I want them to be able to create a website. I want them to be able to edit a wiki page. And I want to be able to comment on the discussion board. Now, part of your alignment map is how are you going to be sure the students can do this? In other words, what are your assessments? So what I've done here is I've lined up the course objectives, and they're all numbered. If you go back, you can see that they're numbered 1 to 11. And I have a little chart here. And then what I have here is my weekly module or weekly learning objectives. So the first one here is Navigate our Blackboard course. Here's Navigate our Blackboard course. Now, how will I test this? Well, I put this little blue hexagon here to line it up with number 1. So Navigate our Blackboard course, this aligns with course learning outcome number 1, Navigate our Blackboard course. How am I going to assess this? I'm going to give them a syllabus quiz where they will be looking at the syllabus and going through the course on Blackboard and finding different things. Okay, so my second weekly learning outcome. At the end of the week, they should be able to create their own website. Now, this aligns with course learning outcome 6 and course learning outcome 8. And let me just scroll up here. So 6, evaluate various historical time periods through primary and secondary text, art, and digital media. So that's the website part. And then number 8, demonstrate your knowledge of the historical time periods through digital tools such as blogs, videos, and the creation of your website. And then how will I assess this? Well, I will start looking at their website project and so on. So I want them to edit a wiki page. This lines up with number 10, which is work collaboratively with others in solving historical problems and team projects. And this is exactly what the wiki page is for. And then I'll assess that through their website project. And then comment on the discussion board. This lines up with number 1, navigate our Blackboard course, and I will assess this by grading their first discussion board. And then we do the same. So every single week or every single module, you'll need to do this. So what are my learning objectives for this week? So at the end of this week, the student should be able to evaluate the hypotheses historians used to guess what might have happened in the Neolithic, analyze, explain, and discuss. So what I should have said above is that these are Bloom's taxonomies. These are Bloom's verbs. And I will give you a link in the video to where to go to look at these. And I mentioned this in the course. So what I've done here, and you don't have to do this in your course alignment map, is I've just, for ease of navigating, I have copied the course learning outcomes again, which you don't need to do. Now I've got this chart here, and I've done the same thing. I've got the course learning objectives, and then I've got the module or the weekly objectives. So evaluate the hypotheses. This lines up with course learning outcome 2, 3, and 9. So 2, assemble, organize, and interpret historical data. 3, conduct historical research in primary sources, and so on. And then 9, write and speak clearly and persuasively about historical themes and topics. So how am I going to assess this? I will be assessing this in their first discussion and in quiz number 1. So I will think of a question to ask about these various hypotheses, and then they have to discuss them in the discussion board. And then so on. Analyze important and Neolithic. This aligns with a whole bunch of course learning outcomes. I'll assess them in discussion number 1 and quiz 2, and then explain the basic outlines of what makes a civilization a civilization. I'll assess that in quiz 2, and so on. So that is how you make an alignment map. So again, what you need to do is think about every single week about what you want the students to learn and how you're going to assess that. And everything has to align with your course learning outcomes, which is why I've given you the map. And if you look on our Blackboard course, I've given you a blank template for this so you can start filling out your own.